Hello everyone. In today's episode, I will show you how to make this simple shooting board from plywood and wood scraps. Also, I will show you the mistake that I have made and how I fix it, and some tips for using the shooting board for 90 and 45 degrees miter cuts. To make a shooting board, you can use plywood or MDF. Both works well for shooting boards as they are stable against climate changes. I have these boards left over from previous projects, so I will make my shooting board based on the size of these boards. You can of course make it bigger if you need to. I will use hardwood for the fence for better durability. Any hardwood will work just fine. You can use two identical boards to make the shooting board base, but if you don't have enough stock, you can use this design. You can add a piece of maple or any hardwood to cover the plywood where the hand plane will be resting for more wear resistance. Attaching a square as a guide when gluing the shooting board fence will help you align the fence accurately. When using spray paints, remember to use a multi-gas vapor respiratory to avoid breathing this nasty stuff, and make sure to have a good ventilation in your workshop. You can also add some candle wax or beeswax if you like to make the hand plane run smoother. The maple piece that I have added was thicker than what it should be, and I have noticed that after I finished gluing it to the shooting board. This caused the hand plane blade to stand just a little bit above the shooting board base, which is going to cause a problem, as this will leave 1/8 of an inch of material on the workpiece where the hand plane blade cannot reach to remove. To solve this problem, I have added two pieces of maple on the shooting board base to lift the workpiece until it is completely covered by the hand plane blade. The two pieces must be the same in thickness to avoid tilting the workpiece on either sides and ending up out of square. Adding toggle clamps is optional, but will help firmly hold the workpiece during the shooting action. For the shooting board to give you the perfect square results, the front fence and the hand plane must be perfectly square. The hand plane recommended to be used on shooting boards is the low angle plane and not the rabbiting plane. Low angle plane will effectively cut through the end grain, and the edge at the sides of the plane will be registered against the shooting board edge to prevent the blade from cutting through it. To cut a perfect 45-degree miter on your shooting board, you first need to sew a 45-degree miter on your workpiece. Then Attach a 45-degree reference, like so, then simply start shooting. One last important thing is to make sure that your hand plane is sitting square to your shooting board base. If that is achieved, then you are good to go. Having the bed of the shooting board extended by 2 to 3 inches will help your hand plane sitting firmly on the shooting board, no matter how wide the workpiece is, and will prevent the hand plane from tipping back at the start of the cut. To attach your shooting board to your workbench, you can add a back hook at the end of the board. Or, if your workbench is a split top type, you can use this to your advantage as your shooting board stop. Also, the extended bed will help preventing the shooting board from moving to the left when you are using it. In the end, if you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel for more projects and woodworking tips and tricks. Thank you for watching and happy woodworking.